Radio!
Hello, everybody.
Hi, ladies. Happy lunchtime.
Happy lunchtime.
Yes. Live.
This is going to be fun. I can't wait to talk about November.
Yeah.
Because, you know, as we said, November 1 was the beginning of Q4 for us. We kind of discounted October. There was a lot of stuff going on.
Yeah, it was busy times for sure.
Yeah.
Faux show.
So I got my numbers ready. I don't know, Samantha, were you able to do your numbers this month?
I did a few of my numbers today. It just this last week, there's been so much going on, like in my business, and it's busy, which is good. So I have a couple. I have some, but you do.
That business keeps getting in the way, doesn't it?
I know.
Jeez, I tell you. Y'all make sure you say hi in the comments when you come on in. Let us know you're there. We love having friends. We like to think we have friends. Samantha, I put eggnog in my coffee a little while ago. Since you brought up the eggnog, I was like, oh my gosh, yes, I need to add eggnog.
Oh, I'm going to have to get some eggnog.
Oh, and you have that dairy near you, don't you, where you can get like good eggnog?
I did before I moved.
Oh, you moved?
Yeah. So I don't know where my eggnog is coming from this year.
How far away now is that if you drove back to it?
Like an hour and 20 to get to the dairy.
Oh, there's Nick.
Nick's on the live. Hello. Yeah, so it's not, the dairy is not real close. But do you remember, I know I talk about it every year, the Puerto Rican eggnog our customer brought us that time in the store?
Mm-hmm.
I had to walk home from work, guys. Yeah. I'm not kidding. Kidding. I couldn't stop myself. And I didn't realize how strong it was. Although she repeatedly warns me. She did repeatedly warn me. But yeah, it was.
He was just shy of a big red caution sticker on the thing.
Eggnog is just so good. It's all thick and creamy, and it doesn't really matter what you mix with it. It goes good with
you feel like you're drinking dessert, and then all of a sudden, woo, dog.
Yeah.
So I just want it to be on the record that it is only noon here, and this was, just regular eggnog, no alcohol in my coffee. Yeah, until later, and then that could change for sure.
Yeah.
Mine is alcohol free, also.
Ugh.
Darn it.
So we, as a kid, my dad and I loved eggnog. So I had one of those like 1950s Betty Crocker kids cookbooks. Have you seen them? Boys and girls.
I've sold one actually. Yeah.
Oh yeah, they're a bolo. Yeah, they're a bolo. I wish I still had mine. But there was a recipe for eggnog, so I would make eggnog all year long. But there was a raw egg in it.
Yep.
The traditional.
Yes.
Loved it. And guys, I'll still eat raw eggs and cook with raw eggs and do all that stuff. Yeah.
Wow, what a rebel.
The fact that you say you'll eat raw eggs, that makes me think of like Rocky, just
not like that.
I mean, it's different than when you eat raw cookie dough that has raw egg in it. Like that is palatable to me. But to say I eat raw eggs.
Okay, so this is so reselling related, but I just want to know now, for anybody that's watching now or watching later, please tell us in the comments how you like your eggs. I like them so sunny side up that like they're like the base is cooked a little. That's it. Like it's still like clear on top. Like
So you like it like my mom liked her steak. She used to say, "Cook my steak, just walk it across the grill."
I want a skilled veterinarian to bring that back to life. Yeah. Mm-hmm. Oh, and then an egg on top of steak. Oh, now I'm really hungry.
I learned last night watching my episodes of People Who Source, my homeschool picker, Kayla. She does not like eggs. I learned that last night. She's not.
I didn't like eggs for the longest time. And then, your taste buds just change all of a sudden. I eat all the time.
Thank you. And Nick is like walking. Is he serving lunch to you right now?
I'm like DoorDash.
Oh my gosh. Seriously? You're killing me. You're killing me.
Like, it's my own DoorDash.
Dining room dash.
Dining room dash. Game room dash, because I'm actually in the game room. So it's game room dash.
Kristen, weigh in the comments there, Aurora Squirrel. How do you feel about hello? But more importantly,
Libby
How do
is
you feel
all
about
business today,
eggnog and
Kristen.
raw
Just so
eggs?
you know, Libby is, I mean, from first thing this morning, she is cut and dry business today. So no room for play.
Hey,
Not
I
putting up with
talked
any
about
of this.
eggnog and I told my story about having to walk home from work.
And now we're done.
Yes. Yes.
Oh, I got to point out, favorite post on social media this week, girls. It was the girls sharing the picture of Samantha photo bombing Let's Do Lunch podcast.
That was beautiful. I
totally
it.
forgot about it until they shared that.
You
and
could
was
like
so
feel the
good.
joy in that
Right.
photo. Like you could just feel it. It was
Right. All
awful.
three
Yeah.
girls, but Samantha is the best photo bomber I know. Although I think probably she and Kristen would go head to head on the big smile photo bombers. Like, totally.
Can you tell I'm shy? Like, obviously.
Oh, please. Please. Oh, please.
Oh, geez.
Vegas was the best. I just jumped in the middle of everything. And then we get home though, and I'm like, I don't think I have a real picture, like at all.
I have the pictures, honey. I have them. I'll send you some if you want them.
There you go. There you go. Hi, Becky. All right.
Hi.
So wait, what was I going to say? It was really important, I'm sure. Hey, Shagan.
Hi, Shagan.
Shagan.
What's up, my friend?
All right. So we weighed in on eggnog. I want to know how your November was in the comments, because we're going to share our November and November happenings with you all today. And I'm kind of excited about it, guys, because not just because it's Q4, but because I have been working so hard.
And it's paying off.
It's paying off. Finally. I kept sticking with it and like waiting. Yes. Yes.
I'm excited for you to get to your last night's sale, but we don't want to do that right off the bat. We got to work our way to it.
And technically that's a December. I don't know. Should I share it? Should I not share it?
You have to tell me, because you guys have teased it so many times now. You guys, they won't even tell me things before the show goes live. So that's...
Yeah, you know what, Libby? I guess we do, because we did. That would be mean to do that to Samantha. Because
all right, can I share it now?
Oh, just throw it out there.
All right. So, well, there's a little backstory. There's a little buildup, of course. So, I got a lot of Mont Blanc pens, wallets, Mont Blanc, everything, and very intimidating because I had to research and authenticate, and I'm still going through. I still probably have about 50 pens left, but there was one I put up. It comped at, yeah.
Did you just say you bought it?
Bought it?
Did you say I bought a lot of?
She balked at it.
Oh, balked at it. Okay.
Yes, very intimidating. So I've kind of like put it off. It's one of those things that Jill likes to call of rusted truck relics. She likes to call them her leftovers. And right. I kept putting this to the side, and I was like, I know there's money in these, but it was so intimidating. So, you know, I started to learn, I started to research, I authenticated. There was one in a box with a Mozart CD. It was a special collector's set with their petite pen. I'll spare you the details because these collectors are absolutely like nuts. I put it up, I comped it out. It came out to be about, I was selling it, I listed it for $249. I put it up. 12 hours later, I get a message on eBay, and it says, "This is not genuine." Oh, all right. What would you guys do?
Cry a little bit at first. That's probably
so. I had done like a lot of research, and there's a lot of ways to authenticate.
I would question.
I went through every single thing.
I would want their knowledge. Like, why?
Right. Now, I was appreciative that somebody sent me that message. So I messaged them back, and I, for a second, hesitated and was going to take it off of eBay just because I got a little like nervous, because, of course, I don't want to sell anything that's inauthentic. Okay. So I messaged the guy back, and I said, "Thank you so much for reaching out. Can you tell me, like, is there something I missed? The serial number photos are on there. I stepped through all the authentication. Do you have a resource I'm not familiar with? I would appreciate any guidance you could provide." Silence.
Oh,
so what that told me is that was somebody either selling the same item or somebody just being a jerk. because if really they felt that way, they would have said, oh, did you notice? And I've had that happen a couple times with people.
Mm-hmm.
So I sold it. I sold that one. I took an offer of 200. I sold it. All right. But that's not my big sale, but that's the backstory. So I was really nervous because then I have ones that are over $1,000 in value. And I was like, oh God, after this experience, do I really, all right. And there's no authentication guarantee for the pens yet on eBay. Poshmark did offer it, but eBay does not.
Okay.
All right. So anyway, posted it, I think for like $1,600. I took an offer of $1,100 last night, or $1,100 and some change. Packed that up, added the shift cover insurance, and that baby did not get picked up by my postman. I drove her right over to the post office today.
Did you have white gloves on when you handed it over? Was it a white glove event?
Yeah. Usually I'm like, I don't need a receipt. I'm like, I need a receipt for this one. I want to make sure it's scanned in.
I did that with my daughter the other day.
That's just one of many to come. Like that's crazy, right?
I know. So this was Hemingway, and you can go on the Country Consignment eBay store and see it if you want. But it was a special like collector's Hemingway edition Mont Blanc pen. Yeah.
So this is leading me into something that's going to be telling you about my biggest sale, because what you're saying about, you're sitting there, you're looking at it, you're like, oh, I should get it up, but it's taken, I'm nervous. This other stuff easier. This stuff scares me. And you kind of set it aside. That is so much money sitting there. Well, we were, the three of us, I want to say it was listing party, and we were talking about listing, and maybe it was Don who said, I just realized I had to list it. What was it the other day? Do y'all remember? I think it was Don.
It was some kind of ceramic plate that Jill collects. Didn't Jill collect
the Delft plate? Yeah.
And he was sitting on it and came across, realized it wasn't listed, and just finally put it up there, and it sold. And that inspired me as I'm sitting there live going, okay, while we're in this, like on Zoom, I start listing this necklace that has been sitting under my computer on a shelf, because I know it's 14 karat gold. I know it's real diamonds. I know they're garnets, but I don't know anything else. And so I kept feeling like I got to get it to a jeweler. I need to get it, but I did the diamond testing and all that. I knew it was all,
Guys, she literally showed me this necklace once a week for the past how many months. And I was like, so sick of, I'm like, can you just list it or go to the jeweler?
She's like, would you just get off the pot and do it for the love of all that is good?
Glad Dawn finally inspired you.
So the Dawn, because, I listened to the Dawn. Starts talking, and I'm like, okay, I'm literally doing it all, photographing, photo rooming, everything while we're still talking in this party. And I just say, I'm not even going to research it. I'm just going to throw it out there and put it up. So I put it up on 5 something. Well, the story behind this particular,
I was going to say, this is really important,
is even better. This necklace I got in a large lot of jewelry that I bought on Whatnot, maybe even a year ago. It has been a long time ago, a long time ago. And I was just on there messing around, got into a jewelry thing, and these people would literally just scoop up a ton of jewelry out of these bins, lay it out on the table, and start a bid. And they didn't know what was what. And I thought this one was really cool. It had those ninja stars, the like weapon stars. Of course, I don't know what I'm going to do with them, but they were part of it. And I bid, and I ended up winning this lot of jewelry.
No wonder why Nick's being so nice. She has all those ninja stars there.
Right?
Yeah.
So I get this box, and I start going through it and start pulling stuff out. And I'm like, I'm pretty sure that's real gold. I paid $40 for this lot of jewelry. And there's not one, but 3 pieces, and there's others that I do need to test. 3 pieces of 14 karat gold, diamond, garnet items. And I paid $40. So I ended up, this person lowball offered me 200 on the necklace. I listed it like 2 days later. I get an offer and I'm like, nah, that's a lowball from what I
So
put.
what did you have it? What did you have it listed for?
I had it like 589, I think.
Okay.
So I went back and I was like, we'll go 389. They came back at 300 and Nick looks at me and he goes, honey, just take it. It's Christmas. You paid $40 for an entire box of this stuff. Okay. So I took it. That was like Saturday. They finally, literally right before we went live, paid for it. So it's going out today.
But
I sat on the
it goes through the authenticity program for eBay.
It's got a little thing there. So yes, I think it does. Yeah.
Yeah, that's neat. I've only done shoes through them. I haven't had anything that qualified other than shoes thus far.
Yeah. So it's going through there, but how funny is that? $40 for all that. And I listed the little maraca things that somebody else has for $4.99, and I just threw it up there for I think $3.99, and we'll see. Yeah.
Wow.
Awesome.
Right? Thank you, Whatnot people who just threw out big bucket full of jewelry.
That's just, I still can't believe that. Like, that's just wild to me. Yeah.
Yeah, and it goes back, like we talk about Whatnot all the time. Like, it's a lot of resellers buying from resellers, but for them, they had, Samantha loves it when I say tubs. They had tubs and tubs of jewelry that had come from all different places that were either given to them or they got them and they paid peanuts for them. So for them, scoop out poundage of jewelry and never look anything through, they were making a killing in their minds, right? They were more than recouping their money back. And now I've more than recouped mine. And they decided it wasn't worth it for them to take the time to go through and pick through and test it all. They just wanted to process it through. So it's a reseller's dream across the board, I guess, right?
Reseller's dream. It's like a Whatnot commercial. A reseller's dream. I have only Whatnotted one time. I've watched one charity auction. That's it.
Well, I go, yes, the charity auction. But when I go, I end up going, like, I'll go and support our friend, Franklin.
Franklin Ventures.
Stuart of Franklin Village. I like to go to his often because he and Amy are there and I have fun with them and just love it. But I always end up buying something from him, so I can't go on.
That's how they get you.
They share their stream to YouTube, and I do like listening to when they do like their Saturday ephemera ones. And just hearing about the different that they talk about each postcard and all that. I do like that. Yeah.
That's fun.
And that's how I bought some things from them with that. Like, but it's cool because they came to visit and they're like, oh, like one of them I bought were these vintage pewter card, they're coasters, but they have like a heart, a spade, a club, a diamond, right? For this game room that I sit in. I would show it to you, but they're put away because Christmas is out right now. But I bought them and he's like, those were my mom's. And, so it's kind of cool that now I have them and they come to visit and there they are in the game room and a pair of vintage napkins that go in here. So, Hi, Karen.
Not fun. Hi, Karen. All right. Samantha, do you have an exciting sale? Not necessarily money wise, but one that really just got you this week or this month. I'm sorry, November.
Well, so this one was technically a December 1st one, but I got a message last night that made me even more excited for it. So I got a new consignor. She actually lives right behind me. She's a neighbor. And
that's convenient.
Yeah. She brought stuff over at the end of October and she knows that it's, like a 6-week kind of thing before I list stuff. But there was this pair of Travis Scott Nike. They were like kids, like a small youth size, brand new in the box, tissue paper and all, like everything Nike shoes. And I don't remember the specific colorway, but it was a special colorway. And I kept looking at them sitting on top of her bags and I'd sorted through everything, but like that Nike box just stayed on top. So it was only here like a week and I listed them. And thanks, Karen.
Yeah, sweet.
So I listed them. I just couldn't wait. And I listed them high. Like their comps were all over the place. So I listed them high, like 300, I think. And I got lots of offers. I got lots of people like lowball offers, like $90. And I got lots of people like, oh, I can get those cheaper on whatever. And I'm like, okay, thanks.
Enjoy.
Like, yeah, like people were mad. Like Mercari of all places, I had a few messages and they were like, I can get it cheaper here. And I'm like, okay, great. Happy shopping. And they were, well, why don't you this? And why don't you that? And why don't, and like, I looked at their store and it's all Nike. Like they just wanted to resell them. Like,
and you're like,
naughty. Those were some naughty resellers.
Naughty, not nice.
So, so I waited. They were listed for like a month and they sold, I believe on December 1st. I took an offer for $222, kind of just because I liked that number.
That's a clean number. It's
It
very
was a clean number.
So when you're submitting offers to Samantha, go with something that looks good. Doesn't really matter what the number is. Just
well, does 222 is that like how does 000 work? Is that as clean to you as 2? You can't get much cleaner than 000. I mean, that's like clean.
Wait, can you put a disclaimer on this? Like, do not follow. Samantha is not responsible for the offers that you accept that have pleasing numbers.
No, actually have criteria. That's no, they caught me on a good morning. I was like, sure, that sounds great. But anyways, I took the offer. And then I wondered, like, should I have held out? Like, I normally don't take that big of an offer, like, whatever. Well, the lady messaged me last night. She just said, hey, I just wanted to check, like, how do I look at my sales? Do you have anything listed? I know it's still going to take a while. And I said, well, this is the link to the portal. And, you know, your bags are my next for this week. And so they'll be up there soon and we should be good to go after that. And I said, I did list the pair of shoes. Some things demand to be taken out of order and, you know, LOL. She messaged at the same time I hit send on that. She messaged, holy crap, good job on those shoes. And so I was like, okay, good. She followed up with, I tried to sell them on eBay and couldn't even sell them for $100. I'm like, okay, well, I'm doing well then. That made me happy. She was pumped. She's gathering more things now. And it like for that to be her first thing to drop off with me and have it sell like that, she's pumped. So she's going to have all kinds of stuff.
So there's so much awesome about the story, but what you just said takes me back to our episode that just went out last night. Where we were talking about with Kathy Terrell about branding and about people knowing and trusting you. That's probably the difference between her randomly trying to sell them on eBay and you being an established store who puts your face out to the community in your posts and sometimes in other people's posts, you put your face. You know, people know you, they trust you, and that's why you can sell that for over $200 where she couldn't even sell it for $100. So good work. Good job.
We're professionals.
We are.
That's right.
All the way.
And the photos make a difference. And I mean, all the things that we talk about all the time. So yeah. It was good.
We all know our shiz, people.
So that
is.
And if we don't, we research it until we're crazy with it.
Until we set it aside and forget about it for another year.
Or that.
No, don't do that. No.
Leftovers, right?
So Monday I waited to print. I had a ton of stuff to ship and I had it all shipped and I waited to print my labels because I knew that my daughter was going to take everything to all the places for me after school. So I was just waiting to see what all I got. It'll get shipped out later. Had all the packages ready. And then when I went to print my labels, eBay had a glitch and you couldn't print labels from eBay. So everybody make sure you have a backup plan. I think that was
Why are you not printing your labels out? I'm confused. Why wouldn't you just print them as you box them?
It's in a different spot. I box everything up downstairs, but I can't keep my label printer in the basement. So I have it upstairs. So I boxed everything, did everything upstairs, brought it up, and just had like my pile, and I just write on the box like what it is or whatever. Mm-hmm. So I had it all ready. And then when I got it all done and was like, okay, Maria's going to be here in an hour. I'll print all my labels and I'll have it ready for her. You couldn't print any labels, which is fine. Have a backup plan. I have everything synced to my Rolo app. And so I knew I could just toggle on eBay. All my eBay orders went in there and I did them along with all my other ones. Except when something needs to be authenticated, it has to have a special FedEx label that can only be printed on eBay. Oh, so then I'm sitting here with all my shipping ready and I'm like checking it like every 20 minutes. I was like, can I do it now? Can I do it now? Can I do it now? And then I handed it to my daughter. I handed it to my daughter. It got printed. It was fine. Handed it to my daughter, and I'm like, this one goes to Walgreens because it's FedEx. And she's like, oh, all right, fine. And I was like, you will hand this to a person. And she's like, yeah, I just leave it on the photo counter in the back. No, May. This one is not a $5 thing off Mercari. You will hand this to a person. And if that person looks very unsure about what they're doing, you will hand it to another person.
And you gave her a pair of white gloves too, didn't you?
Yes. I was
Pair of white
this
gloves
is important. So then I told her, I said, go to Walgreens. And then I told her the loop because I had UPS packages. And there was 4 places she had to stop to ship everything out that day. And I can track her on Life 360.
I was going to say, did you take a drone and follow her?
She did not go to Walgreens first, and I chewed her butt. She's like, Mom, it was in the front seat. The other packages were in the back seat. And I'm like,
I don't know why, but right now in the background, I hear helicopters. Just like this helicopter sound in the background.
Yeah, so it was fun.
Wow. All right. So you made a postal worker cry this week or last month.
Yes, I did.
Last month. But the post office made me cry this month. And I'm going to share with you guys a little bit of a horror story. So I rarely, if ever, take package stack photos, but and share them on social media because some people get discouraged if whatever. But anyway, so I don't generally do that. Every once in a while I will. But this particular day I had about 60 to 70 packages because it was Veterans Day weekend. And there was it was just a lot of sales. And I had them all stacked up nice on my front stoop. And so I took a picture and I sent it to Molly and Samantha. I didn't post on social media, but took the picture, sent it to them. I was like, wow, I'm really shipping my pants today. This is insane. All right.
3 times already.
So karma for bragging about my package stack. The post office, generally my postal worker, I live in a rural area. He comes, he does the scan, says he does the pickup, and then he circles back around when his truck is empty to load them up. So it's 6 o'clock, and that's not unusual. They come back late. No, nobody scanned the items. Nobody. All right. So now I have Friday, Saturday, Monday sales, not scanned. It's 8, 9 p.m., not picked up. I'm freaking out because I'm going to get a ding for every one of those freaking packages. So the next morning, I'm dying. And so I finish up our morning motivation call. I walk outside to go drive all this stuff, load up my car and drive it all to the post office, including my Tuesday packages at this point. And as I'm loading up my car, the postmaster pulls up. And he said, your postal, your guy's John's really upset that he couldn't come back and get these packages. We didn't have enough trucks. He promised, I promised I'd come over and get them first thing in the morning for you. And I said, okay, can you please make sure these are scanned? He didn't have the scanner on him. Can you please make sure these are scanned as soon as they get to the post office? It is really, really important. I'm already a day late on these. They haven't been scanned. So he loads up his truck with, 70 plus packages at this point. Promises me, it's the postmaster, right? And promises me he'll scan them. All right, guys, these don't get scanned until Wednesday. He never flipping scanned them, any of them. They never got scanned until they reached the distribution centers. They never got scanned as picked up. They never got scanned in my local post office. So, it was really upsetting as a way to go into Q4. And lesson learned, I should have driven those packages. When I have a stack like that, I'm driving them over to the post office and they can scan them in while I watch them. Really hard lesson to learn. eBay is working with me on those. eBay did not pick up all of them as late. I think about 20 of them got picked up as late, but I have a growth advisor that I'm working with, which I'll talk about that later. But
I was going to say, because Veronica is saying she's had the same thing, or maybe you would have some advice for her from what you went through.
All right. So let's see. She says, I've had packages that were scanned count as late on eBay. Oh, all right. Yeah, I mean, they can still be scanned and marked as delivered late, even if they are scanned. They can still be marked delivered late, but generally they should automatically take those off. Like it might take a month for them to evaluate, but they should take those off. And sometimes they won't evaluate it unless it affects your account rating. Like if you're top rated and it drops you down, then they'll evaluate it. But sometimes they won't evaluate it unless it is actually going to have an impact on your account. Yeah. So I hope that helps.
And hopefully if it's just one very obvious day like that where you can say, hey, my percentage went crazy because of this one Tuesday or whatever it was.
Yeah.
So the concern was how it was going to affect our sales, Libby. And I have to say, you turned around and busted your behind so that your sales were, or at least.
And I mean, let's talk about like a little bit about like low dollar value items in volume, because that's what saved me.
Yeah.
Right? I mean, a lot of the things I'm making like 5, 10, $15 on build up it because it's all a percentage, right, of late shipments. So the more sales you have, the less those things are going to count against you. So I was very grateful for all those little items that constantly sell that are in my store. Although sometimes I really wish I didn't do that. Now I'm like, all right, I'm always going to have those items and I'm always going to have that volume in case something like this ever happens again. Yeah. And also, if you have a big stack like that, maybe take them to the post office and have them scanned. Yeah.
Yeah, so that's what I've been doing for my larger days is taking them to post office or having Maria do it.
And tracking her.
And tracking her.
Every move with my $200 shoes. I had never sold. I'm not a sneaker person. I'm not a shoe person. And then to have it go through authentication, the person had already messaged me asking when they would be shipped. They were super excited for them. I was just like, it's definitely like my November sale was actually like 3 times as much as that, my awesome sale. But yeah, I was just really worried about these shoes.
I just feel like though, Samantha, I need a background sound for you and Maria doing your shipping. Like there needs to be, where's Snoop Dogg when I need him?
Where the heck is he? Yeah.
There needs to always be a sound that comes behind you on our recordings and our lives.
Last time you talked about things coming behind me is because I talked about car parts. So my biggest sale in November was for car parts. They were for semi-truck shocks, and my brother brings me a bunch of stuff, like a ridiculous amount of things sometimes. And he had brought me, I don't know, 50, 60, 70 shocks from semi-trucks. They were all new, but some had boxes, some had mangled boxes, some didn't. And
shocking.
Oh, Lord.
Had to, sorry.
When I had first got them, and this is why Dawn was talking about they just need to be listed that one time when we were having that discussion. When I first got them, I had like 8 of this, this one shock, and they were brand new, all in box, easy to list. I listed one, and for some reason I didn't put multiple quantities. I think because there wasn't any other listed, and I'm like, I'm just gonna corner the market on this. But then I also,
sorry.
It's Nicole. It's been calling sick for this. Good job, Nicole.
We never do her. We love you, Joe. We're glad we get you, but it's nice.
Oh yeah, and hi, Joe.
Yeah, we hide him. We give Joe the love, but it's so exciting to see Nicole. Go ahead, Samantha. Sorry,
but no. So I hadn't listed them all for some reason. I don't know why, but finally, because I get sick of just waiting, I put them all up. It had a quantity of like 10, I think. And they'd sell here and there one at a time. And then 2 weeks ago, I had an offer. Somebody said, would you accept, it was like $65 or $70 a piece if I bought all 7 that were remaining? And I said, abso-freaking-lutely. So they did that. Plus they paid a ridiculous amount for shipping because they're like 10 pounds a piece. And yeah, so I sold a bunch of those. It was like the order was like $600 or $700 total, and it worked out great.
Wow.
Yes.
I got to put this up here real quick. So they don't take it up because of the dogs.
Yeah, they ask you right on the pickup request if you have dogs. Mm-hmm.
So Mom, you need like a box out by out by the road, and like, you know, like when people have like that bear proof like garbage box order, but you need one of those for your packages, and then they can just lift the thing. And
hold on, come back. Where'd you go? Y'all say goodbye to Nick. He's going back to work.
Bye, Nick.
Bye, Nick. Love you.
Yeah, so I would maybe put a box out there.
Yeah.
Brett used to, one of our friends on here, he used to have a box that they would set out there, and if it was empty, the mail lady would call her and say, do you need more time to bring out your packages?
You said post offices are miles away. That's what's going to be my second. Like, how far are we talking that you have to deliver?
It's really not that far, Mom. You can do it. It is. I say that, and I won't go to mine that's like 4 blocks away most of the time. So.
Oh, Lord.
Yeah, mine's like,
my guess is
like 10 miles. I would say.
My guess is she doesn't do like same day shipping then, right? If you had to go through all that.
She doesn't. She does it in batches. Yeah.
Right. Because that just wouldn't be convenient at all to do same day in that situation.
No.
Yeah. Oh, Beth says uncheck that box on pickup request form unless the dogs have free reign and may bite.
They do have free reign. It is quite the zoo there. And yeah. So
we don't want any postal carriers injured.
No.
As a result of C-Chat's advice.
Right.
Some postal carriers. So I also worked in healthcare, and there was a town that one of our clinics was in. And this guy, I love almost all postal workers. This guy drove me bananas. I think he antagonized the dogs just to get bit. And then he would come in and he'd be like, oh, this is number 122 this year. And then he would complain about dog owners. And I'm like, dude, it is you. Like, there are 4 other carriers in this area, and you are the one that's in here every week. Right. Like, he was terrible about it. But he got a little letter saying that he didn't have to work for a couple days. Hi, Angie.
Oh my gosh.
Hi, Angie. We love you. Yeah, that's one of those. What's the common denominator here, my friend?
That guy was ridiculous. Wait, whoa up. There's goats. I didn't know they had goats.
Whoa. Hold on. Goats.
I'm going out there on.
Hold on.
I'm going out there on Sunday. I think it's Sunday, right, Mom?
You occasionally lose goats added to that. We'll climb on cars.
Might have to take some footage of goats, unless it.
I was going to say, I want that on video. I want the postal man coming up with a goat on the truck.
I won't be able to FaceTime you because there's no.
It will ruin local pickup for all of us resellers if that video gets out there, right? Like, it's room for all of us. There's not a checkbox for the goats on the USPS pickup report form, though.
Right?
It's just dogs they ask about.
What's Billy saying? My post office lady sells on Posh, and they all cheer me on when I bring in a stack. I love it.
That is so
awesome.
cute. Oh my
gosh.
Oh my
Love it.
My postal people have dropped off packages, not my current one, have dropped off packages here that, like, you know, you can't have this label, or this needs to be shipped ground, or like stuff like that. They're not even my packages. Like, I had to reach out to 2 other resellers in town and be like, hey guys, I just want you to know, like, I covered your stickers, but you can't have these stickers on here. Or, hey, and like, I fixed their package for them. And then unless it needs different postage, and then that goes right back to them. But I think it's funny. They just count me as like the eBay person. So if they see that it's like a package like that, they just bring it to me without actually looking. Saturday. Oh, it's Saturday. I thought it was Sunday.
I had a media mail returned to me this month. The buyer reached out and said, this is being delivered to me, and it says postage due. They're charging me $10.25. So she said I refused the shipment. And it took like 2 weeks to get back to me. And it was legit to be shipped media mail. But it said $10.25 due. I just didn't have time to fight it. But I think the reason was because they did not open the box. Like my mail carrier said, oh, they must have opened it and saw what's inside. I said, well, they would have seen that it was like legit for media mail. Right. But I used a recycled box, and it said something else on the box. And I think that is why. I mean, I never worry about that. I mean, I use all recycled boxes, and I don't cover everything.
So now my brain is going way back in the past. Do you think that when I got that antique wrought iron item that Philadelphia threw in the trash and said it was perishable? Remember that? I wonder if we packaged it in like a food thing.
I doubt it, because we were using like almost all the priority mail things.
We were back then.
And I mean, like, rule number 1, don't use food things to begin with. So
yeah, I can't imagine we did.
But I do have, like, I guess there are some like HelloFresh boxes and stuff that I use. I do like some of those boxes.
I don't mind I use the recycled boxes. I'm pretty cavalier with it.
All of my boxes are recycled.
Oh, I love it.
I have to be careful with getting the majority of them from a salon that they don't have the big like liquid ground only symbol on them, and cover that up. But yeah, I love recycled boxes.
That's where jumbo Sharpies come into play, or those big Marks a Lot markers.
Oh yeah. Oh yeah.
Smell those. Pull those out so you can smell them.
All right. Mine disappear. Those big jumbo Sharp. Every time I get a hold of one, I don't know what happens in my workspace.
So if I lived with you, you'd probably find them in my purse, because that was when I was a teacher. Everybody would die laughing because we would end up going out to happy hour and somebody would ask for a pen and there would be 17 Sharpies in my bag. And they were all like, that's where the Sharpies went. Like that was the ongoing thing. Where's the Sharpie? Ask Molly. They're in her pocketbook. But I don't live with you, so I do not have Sharpies.
Yeah, I don't know. I can't hang on to them. It's driving me crazy.
This sounds like a process problem. You might need to reevaluate your space and how you have things set up. I mean, really.
Like a magnet, you need a magnet to magnet or a hook and loop, hook and loop system where you just stick it right there.
Like the post office where they have like or a bank where they have it like attached to your desk. Maybe that's what you need to do.
Yeah, one of the string things. Yes. Yes.
Or a big obnoxious like fabric flower on top of it. So like, oh crap, I'm still holding that.
In bright pink.
Yes. I'm still hooked on that. I'm still hooked on the fishing vest kind of idea that we talked about when we were on the Let's Do Lunch podcast.
Yes.
So I can have an attached Sharpie to that.
Yes.
Oh,
yeah.
That was the best.
I just sold a vintage fishing vest.
Well, we're waiting for your mom.
And I was like, I really should have just kept it. It was my size too. I should have like adapted it.
Right.
For reselling.
I thought your mom was helping come up with the final design. My mother-in-law is a good seamstress. I could put her to work on the seam part, but we need the total design.
All right. All right.
Let's do lunch, ladies. You gotta be a part of this, though. You gotta put your 2 cents in here because you've been there with this.
We want it to be good for shipping, sourcing. It's your go anywhere vest.
It's your reseller go anywhere vest, and it has to look cool. I don't want to look like sciencey Sydney. I want to look cool when I'm sourcing.
So many needs. God.
I know. But listen, first of all, I get really, really, really hot when I source because my adrenaline kicks up 1,000. And I open the door to a Goodwill and it just starts right then and there. So I can't have like heavy, it needs to be some lightweight, breathable material.
Mesh.
Well, if it could hold all of our stuff, maybe mesh panels for the breathability.
Mesh panels.
Yes.
Vented.
It needs to be vented. Yes, vented.
Okay. Anyways, so I'm curious.
At some point, somebody's going to get sick of us talking about this, and
they're going to take it away
themselves.
Oh, for anybody that
we'll buy it. No,
listen,
no problem.
You and your mom put the design together. I will put it out there and get our final things, and we'll get it going. I'm ready for it.
All right.
For anybody who doesn't know what we're talking about, go check out the Let's Do Lunch podcast. And I think it's still their last episode that's up. And we were on there, and Libby's mom made a cameo with some ideas that we had. She was just putting it together right there on the spot.
Can you not share the link for that? You're such the link lady, Samantha. You should be linking that up. See, Nicole agrees with me definitely, Mesh. That's because she's my sister. Nicole, I showed a picture to somebody who was asking. Maybe it was my cousin Poppy. She was like, that fun couple that always you show me pictures, they dress fun. Were they at Boss when you were there this time? And I was like, oh yeah. I said, Nicole actually they thought she was they thought she was me, because we look so much alike. And she's like, and I pulled a picture of you and I up, Nicole, and she was like, oh my gosh, y'all do look alike.
Oh, Molly, you're a spirit animal. Molly said, I love it.
Speaking of Let's Do Lunch, they have their reseller game show. Their monthly game show is on tomorrow. So
I'd flip that.
You mean I'd flip that?
I'd flip that. Why? Because I'm looking
You
at
were
one
just
and I'm
doing
talking about the other. And I'm just follow the links in the comments, people.
They've got some goodies tomorrow night too, don't they? Is this the pirate? Is this what's his name? Or did I miss that one? Storage Pirate?
Storage Pirate auction. Yeah, that one. The
Put it in the
Lego
comments,
commercial.
Nicole. Put it in the comments. You're so excited.
He really won my heart at Boss. So I'm all in. I gotta watch that.
Guys, I gotta tell you, like I've been winning. I've won the final showcase. I don't know how many more times than I can count at this point, like guessing it. And I don't know, it's sheer luck, or I'm really good at pricing. I don't know. Yeah, I think I did lose when we competed. I did lose, but
right, the one that really counted, you lost.
She wins everything except for when we were actually on the show.
Samantha, that was because we wanted to make you feel good because you were new to us and we wanted to make you feel good about yourself. So we let it slide.
All right. Sure.
Thanks for letting me win by like 30,000 points.
I'm kidding. Nick was like, I can't believe you didn't guess letters. You could have beat her. And I'm like, I was pressured. I didn't think about it.
So I don't even know if I'm going to guess this week in the final showdown because it's making me like anxious because I've won so many times that I don't want to lose the win. Like I don't want to lose the winning streak and the guesses. I don't know.
Oh, look.
Wait. Joe came in just in time here.
There's a ban on you.
I might be banned. So I don't have to worry about whether I guess or not because apparently I'm going to be banned.
And I think everybody should just know we have the three of us, if we comment, we have opted out of all prizes. So keep commenting and also guess. Just copy whatever Libby puts in there. You will win the prize. Libby won't. It'll be perfect. Just
and we won't even call that cheating. We won't.
Oh gosh, that's so funny.
Oh yes, Angie, 100%.
Yes.
Oops. Both that up at the same time.
Yes. Oh my gosh, that would be so fun.
Yes, I agree.
All right, guys, let us know how your November was in the comments. I'm ready to. I got my numbers.
Dying to dive in, y'all.
Yes, tell us about your numbers for the last hour. That was Poshmark. That's strategy. Yes.
Oh, Nicole unbanned you. She said that's
okay. All right. Okay. All right. So my November was really good. Like I said, I'm not at exactly where I want to be. I think I fell about $600 short. So hey, that's awesome.
Not bad. Yeah.
Because it's been really with the move and everything, it's been a bad season. No, it's not a bad season. What the hell am I saying? It's been a season of growth and rebuilding and restructuring. It hasn't been a bad season. It's just monetarily, it hasn't been where I needed it to be.
You've hired multiple new employees and restructured that whole process. Yep. You're figuring out the shipping thing and how to deal with your post office and all that stuff. Yep. You're implementing a brand new inventory system and have like tens of thousands of items to fix that with.
And but it's been a crappy month.
You're doing great.
But I'm glad the numbers are starting to reflect that. All right. So eBay, you guys know I'm only really on eBay and Poshmark now. eBay was 80%. And Poshmark was 12%. But that was a significant chunk of money. So I'm going to keep on with Poshmark. It was kind of like on probation there for a little bit, but I'm going to keep with it.
They were on a breakup, but now they're back together.
Yeah. So only about 7% were like Shopify and local sales. And there were reasons for that. I haven't been putting my focus there. So that's where I am. eBay is still my bae. And
my bae.
She says it so nicely. There was like a week ago, she was like, Poshmark is cheating on me and I am done.
Those sales keep coming in on Posh. They keep coming in. So, all right, I'm going to take them. I got to tell you that 20% like is a killer though. Killer.
You got to up them
Give me
prices.
another t-shirt I got to make for our merch store, dadgummit.
All right, let's see what people are putting in the comments. How they're
Jill is killing it. Shout out Rested Truck Relic. She is killing it. She is not only doubling her numbers, but doing best as she ever had. She's setting goals and blowing them out of the water, and she does it part-time. Like she's got some better numbers than me on some platforms. Like she's doing great. So yeah, killing it.
So we are proud of you and happy for you, my friend.
I mean, to double something, and we talk about this in our Patreon group a lot, like to double something is an extraordinary goal and achievement. No matter what your number is, to double it is extraordinary. So, woo!
Yeah. Where's those pom-poms? Woo! Go, Jill.
As seen on our Motivation in Minutes weekday meeting.
Yes, love that. So I don't have like my percentages. I didn't run all my platforms and stuff, but I am up from my eBay about doubled from what it was last month. So that's doing good. And then if you look at last year, that always makes me feel better. I just keep going back to the year before and it just keeps growing and growing. So I'm on the right path. We're doing good. Although it's not where I thought it would be this month, but that's just the way that everything's slow. So I just keep plugging away and going for it. My Poshmark was up a little bit over last month, and that's all I looked at. Mercari, I didn't run my Mercari numbers, but I know that it's up. Like I have just resolved the fact that Mercari is just a Q4 platform. I will continue to put all the stuff on there. I will be happy with the occasional sales, but I don't like expect anything from it until Q4 because I've been making steady like daily sales there now, just like last year, but the rest of the year sucked. So Mercari is my Q4 buddy.
You stuck with it.
How about that?
That's pretty cool.
Wow.
All right. Karen said October was better than November. Go figure. We don't know the reason for that, Karen, or do
I was gonna say she's also been down a lot though too. So she's had a lot going on personally. So
yeah.
December is gonna be even better for you, Karen. You got this.
Yeah, absolutely.
See, and I haven't been looking at my sales this month as much as my system and my day-to-day scheduling that you ladies help me with in our Patreon, because that has been a freaking game changer for me in my life and for both businesses, because that was why I needed your help, because too much going on. But I know that that's only going to just continue to increase everything else sales-wise because of what I've done in my scheduling and process and how I can get things done. So, woohoo.
Yes, I love it. All right. Angie said, I love that growth season. I was saying it was lousy, but Angie, it was the season of growth for sure. For sure. Let's see. Did anybody else put their
look at this. Karen's consignment is popping. Woo, woo.
Ooh, yes. Karen has just started consigning. She has a consigner and it's going well. All right. One of the things about consignment is, guys, you really can't keep money mountains when you consign, right? Because I do. But you're not going to let it sit like Molly let that necklace sit for a year, however long it was,
right?
When you have somebody else's items. It's a good thing. It's a good thing to have that added pressure for some of us, not all of us.
And then I find that it goes back the other way too. Like I have my consigners and I have a schedule and I stick to that. And then I used to source myself and then just set it aside, and it kept getting pushed aside because it wasn't a consigner. It didn't have it. Now I've switched the way that I think about that. I did some retail arbitrage, and there was a flea market or a rummage sale over the weekend. And now it's like, okay, I got to get all this stuff listed so I get back to my consigners. So I had it all listed Sunday night and then was able to jump back into my routine on Monday and keep going. So I just had to switch that. Like my stuff is still important. I just have to get it done quickly so that I can continue with and then that way nobody gets set aside. I
always want Samantha to be proud of me because I did the same thing. I went to estate sales this weekend, Saturday and Sunday, and boom, I got them listed. Yeah.
Good job. Yay!
Wow. Nice.
That's the only way I feel like I won't get the scorn of Samantha when I go sourcing is if I source it and get it right up and then move on. She can't really be mad at me because it's out there.
Fear is a motivator for sure.
Fear is a motivator.
And Samantha uses it.
If you would like to be scared as well, our Patreon group link is in the comments and in the chat. And you could also be scared of me and my accountability.
And I'll be there to patch things up and give you a Band-Aid, y'all. And
Yeah, they make everything a lot nicer.
So before I want to know in the comments, and I want to know this from you too, Samantha, if you have a feeling for like what percentage of your sales were on Posh versus eBay, for people in the comments. Because I'm always surprised, like people have such a high percentage of their sales on Poshmark. So I'm kind of curious, like, am I trying to drive that number up? Am I good at 12%? I don't know.
I think you're good at 12%. Mine's probably around there as well.
Okay. All right.
I did not push a lot of the local stuff. Karen. She's scared of me, but she's getting stuff done. So good job, Karen.
Right.
I didn't push a lot of the local stuff and post in my auction group as much as I normally do, which then I don't get a lot of the website Shopify sales because I didn't push that to my local people. So that part went way down. So I would say eBay was the biggest chunk for sure. When I do my percentages, it'll be a huge percent this time, which normally it's only like 50% of my sales. Mm-hmm. So that is why the numbers went up there, because that's what I was pushing. But Poshmark stays between 10 and 15% for me. And I think that that's good.
Okay. Yeah. All right. See, Poshmark is so that's pretty amazing.
Now, how long have you been on eBay, Billy? That's the other thing. How long have you been on there, and is all your stuff listed there? I had somebody the other day say that, and they were like, well, I only make so many sales on there. And I'm like, oh, cool. Like, is your whole catalog on there? And they're like, well, no, it's only like 15% loaded on eBay. And I'm like, well, you're only going to make 15% of what you would make somewhere else then.
Yeah. That's the thing. Yeah.
So Pam's 50-50.
Pam's 50-50. All right.
Here's another one.
80%. All right. My sister, 80%. Yeah.
All
right.
Billy's been doing eBay for over a year, she said. Yeah. So she's just got that Poshmark groove. Yeah. I did sign up for the Poshmark promoted closet beta, whatever, because it sent me a free like 2-week trial at $70 or $70 thing. I haven't noticed a difference at all. Not one.
I had a little uptick. I did it for the time it was free.
Yeah.
A little bit.
See? Everybody gets better when I yell at them. If you all could just tell my husband and children that would be great.
Right. It doesn't work in the walls of your home, but it sure works in the reselling world.
So all right, we cannot go on and not mention our Motivation in Minutes weekday meeting, because it has been the biggest change for me over the month of November.
Yes.
It has been so incredible. We just meet for 10 minutes every morning and set our intentions and show up. I feel like we would be doing disservice if we didn't mention it, because it has literally changed my life and my business. I mean, it's such a small thing and such a small chunk of time, but these women and men have definitely changed things for the better for me. I mean, what an amazing thing, and to be inspired every morning. And when people don't feel like showing up and they show up anyway, it's just, yeah.
Aww.
Yeah. And I mean,
Jill.
So, Jill, I love you. You guys are great. So
I'm not crying. You're crying.
That's the thing for me is like Maria got her license. She doesn't need me to drive her to school. My shipping is usually done the night before, so I just have to set it on the porch, or I have Maria set it on the porch. And so like I don't I don't have like an urgency to get up and get out of bed in the morning. I don't have to get dressed and go to work. I literally just have to mosey into this room, which was right next to my bedroom. So I was finding myself on my phone, staying in bed, cuddling the dog a little longer, or I would take forever to grab my cup of coffee and do, I was having me time. No, it was terrible. It was a huge waste of time. So now, because we have this where we have to check in, even though it's only a 10-minute meeting, I'm up. I need to be ready for the day. My hair needs to be done. Like I need to, if I'm showering that morning, I need to make sure I'm showered and blow dried. And like, I got to be ready. Are there mornings I miss that? Absolutely. But I strive.
No, you don't have to be all gussied up to join us. You
don't have to be gussied up. But for me, that's like my cutoff. Like I have to be ready. I could sit and do my makeup for an hour. I don't know for who, but I could kill time. And I could be curling my hair elaborately every morning. I don't know. But for me, I have to be ready. Whatever I'm going to do for the day, I have to be ready by that meeting, because when that meeting is done, I need to go to work. I'm in work mode.
Yeah.
That's it.
And I'm not saying certain members haven't done it from bed at certain times.
Certain meetings. Perhaps, and don't turn their camera on, and everyone's like, turn your camera on. I'm like, no. But you know what? I was there.
I wasn't calling you out. I said a certain member.
And I took the time to process in my brain what my intention for the day was going to be, and that's big.
Yeah.
So, Billy, I just want to share, my hair is not brushed today, but I didn't mess with it after the meeting. That's more my thing. Like whatever effort I am putting in that day, it has to be done by 8:50.
That's your jam. Y'all know I show up with my little eye gels on. Yes. My hair's all wacky doodle, but I'm there. Amen. And I'm thinking about my intention for the day.
Amen.
Yes. Loungewear is the best wear when it comes to productivity.
I was what did Angie say on the one episode? I think they were on our show. It was like, dress for success, honey. I am dressed for success.
I looked the other day and I don't think I own a pair of jeans anymore. That just somehow just kind of came out of my wardrobe, and now I just have all the leggings, and I do have a pair of jeggings, but I don't count those as jeans.
I used to live in jeans, and the only time now I wear them is if we're like going out, like, Friday night, we're going to go out to dinner and go look at the Christmas lights. Or other than that, I'm in joggers and leggings, and yeah.
When I put my dress slacks on, which I only have one pair of my dress slacks now, because that was one of the first things when I left the hospital. I'm like, I don't need these freaking things anymore. And I got rid of a bunch of my professional suit clothes. Mm-hmm. But I have like my one favorite pair, and I put those on, and my husband's like, oh, what do you have going on today? Are you like, you have to be like at the courthouse or something? Do you have a job interview? Like, what are you doing with your life? Like, like, I just wanted to look nice today. And he's like, for what? Like,
that's what happens to me at my house when I put lipstick on. Oh, what's going on? What? Right. What are you all dressed up for? Meanwhile, I could have my, like, as the Don likes to call it, my Grizzly Adams look.
Right. And I'm right there. Kristen and I hit the same boat about the same time, because if you look back, don't go too far back in our episodes when we first started these shenanigans, I would come out, my hair would be curled, I'd have all the makeup on, I'd have like the scarf and the this, that, and the other, and then later
she was on the Real Housewives of Chats.
I had my earrings, my big hoops, because hoops do it all. I had my jewelry on and everything, rings going.
Hoops,
right? Hoops, that is.
You know what I tell Maria about hoop earrings?
No, is it okay to say it here?
I'm going to say it. I mean,
Thanks, Samantha. Think before you speak.
I'm going to say it. The bigger the hoop, the bigger the hoe. So she has to think about how big her hoop is when she's putting earrings on.
Well, I would hoe it up in the beginning of C-Chats. I was hoeing it up. And I looked fabulous, and I would sit in there and I'd hoe it, and I'd be preaching to everybody about being authentic. And then I realized right now what I'm doing, this is only authentic if I'm going out to theater downtown. And I quit. I was like with Kristen. Kristen said it too. Like, all of a sudden, why am I doing this? Yeah. I don't have any makeup on. Here I am, y'all.
I get my makeup tattooed, guys. It works.
Yeah. Listen, I was looking at some pricing on that the other day. I'm about to join you. Yes. Yeah. I just want a little eyeliner and a little lip color, and I'm good to go.
There you go. Lash lift and tints, my next thing, and then I'll never have to wear mascara again.
I'll be good to go.
This is the Real Housewives of SeaTac. All right, here we go.
So I do have a wheel pulled up whenever we're ready for that. I've been adding
You
anybody.
need a wheel. Oh, all right.
I did. It's not
She's
pretty.
blown
It's not our colors. I Googled wheel.
Wait a minute. You didn't brand it?
I'm working with the best I got here, okay?
If I wasn't busy running that Mont Blanc pen shaking to the post office, I could have made us a wheel, but
right. She had her white gloves on. She was busy. Oh, makeup makes
I'm
Billy
the one that shared the graphic from a previous month and didn't realize it said giveaway, so we have to do a giveaway.
Yes, she recycled a graphic, which we tell people all the time. Recycle that. Don't go through all that. Recycle it.
Angie, that is great. So I did these in my previous life when I made really good money, and now they're fading. And I say the same thing. I'm like, who has this kind of stripper money? What was I thinking? 2020 me was very frivolous. I'm just saying that was 2021 me. It was yeah.
Oh, too funny.
I don't even know how to share a screen here. Oh, I have to present. Are we ready to?
Let's present and let's do the giveaway here.
Okay. Oh my gosh, this is so much different.
Yeah, so I'm upstairs today because I am training my helper to do descriptions and type in UPC codes and look stuff up on Terapeak. So he might be getting a little frustrated down there, and the expletives are probably flying. So I'm upstairs to spare you guys.
All right,
I like this citrusy look here. It's very fresh.
Sound effects.
Fresh citrus colors.
Okay, whoever gets this is getting a free month of list.
Veronica.
All right, Veronica, whether you're here or not, we will send you a message and get you in there. So if you're already subscribed, you still get a free month. If you are new, you are going to get a free month. And just send us your information. It is consignmentchats@gmail.com or message us. All we need is your email address and we'll get you hooked up. Yeah.
Big shout out. Thank you to List Perfectly for giving us the ability to give away these amazing things.
Yes.
And I should have mentioned before that, even if you use another cross lister, or you have another thing, having that access to listing party is like, I know people that just pay for the base plan just to have listing party and being able to go in and talk to other resellers and do their little meetings and stuff. So, and I mean, especially Tuesdays at 11 a.m. Eastern, that's like the best one. So for future, we're gonna, it doesn't matter if you use other things. There's other perks.
Yeah. There's a place for all of you.
All right, I did
get back to work.
I did have one more thing pulled up because I just thought it was interesting. Like we talk about eBay and our numbers and our percentages, but I like every once in a while I look at the promoted listings and I look at offers. Where did I have it?
Oh, shoot.
And I like looking at how many here we go, offer sales. So for anybody else that wants to look at your own store, if you go into your performance tab and then go into sales and you scroll down, there is a section where you can look at all sales, promoted listing sales, and offer sales. And for the last month, for the month of November, 56.8% of my sales came from best offers. 17% came from seller initiated offers. And only 36% were without offers. They just bought them outright. So don't put out offers, right? Or don't
discount them.
Yeah, don't discount them. Don't say no to offers right now because it's definitely the thing that's working right now for me. Now, granted, if someone sends you an offer that just sounds cool, like $222, you don't have to take that, but
sometimes the numbers are aesthetically pleasing. So it's funny you were going to say, that was on my list to talk about. We just never got to it, was the seller initiated offer, because the growth advisor, and I'm going to be sharing like his tips and tricks with you. I met with him. We were going over my numbers, and 26% of my sales came from seller initiated offers. And he was like, what? 26%? I'm like, yeah, I do it like twice a day. I send them in bulk. And 26%, he said, that's really high. Like, keep doing that. So yeah, if
that's awesome.
I
thought 17 was high.
On our YouTube channel, there's a tutorial on the seller initiated offers and how to do it in bulk. And add a little personalized message. Super easy, but 26%. And yours was what, 18%? So
17, yep.
Yeah.
Wow.
Yeah. So keep it up. If you don't know how to do it, let us help you through it.
Yes. Oh, that's like a
Well, I was about to say, look at you throwing out a rhyme there.
I like it. If you don't know how to do it, let us help you through it.
Oh, yeah.
I love y'all, but I'm eating my salad. I'm hungry, so I'm eating my salad.
All right, guys. Well, thank you so much, everybody, for joining us. If you're watching this on replay, say hi in the comments too. And if you like this video, we are very grateful. So hit that thumbs up. And thank you so much. This was so much fun. And November was not lousy.
Not lousy.
It was a growth period. Yes.
Yes.
Woo!
Bye.
Bye, y'all.